Going on a walk or hiking are also great ways to get exercise, and you can take in the beauty of nature. Think, for instance, Hitchcock Woods in Aiken. It is the largest privately owned urban forest in the country with 2,100 acres and 70 miles of sandy trails. In fact, people have enjoyed walking and riding horses there since the early 1800s. Brian Logging is the coordinator of outdoor events for the city of Aiken, and the Parks, Recreation, Tourism Department has a family-friendly outdoor event coming up soon that he's here to tell us about. Brian, we're talking about the Take a Hike event.
Yes, ma'am. The Take a Hike event, it's coming up on February 7th. That's a Saturday. It'll start at 10 o'clock and run usually 2 to 3 hours depending on the pace of the hike.
Yeah.
We're going to do about 4 miles in what you just mentioned, Hitchcock Woods.
Mm-hmm. And is it a guided tour?
It is. I myself am the guide, and
Yeah.
then we also have other staff members, because usually our hikes run around 40 people, which is a lot of people to go on a hike. So we want to make sure that we have somebody leading. We also have people that are staffed in between and at the end to make sure we all stay together, and we relay information about whatever location we are hiking in. And so we talk about, you know, this sort of foliage is there, maybe some of the wildlife, allowing people to appreciate the place that we're at and where we're hiking.
You know, it's interesting too when you're in a forest like that. It changes with the seasons. So this will be more of the winter forest, and
Right.
what you're looking for and what you're seeing in the winter. It could be a very different looking hike if you're doing it in June.
That's a good point. Sometimes people forget that. If you're not an experienced hiker, you forget that the trail you're walking may be the same trail, but depending on spring, summer, fall, and winter, it can look completely different. And so landmarks, different things that you may use to guide your way are going to change and look just vary in the way they appear.
Yeah.
And if you're not careful and you're not sure where you're going and you don't have your trail mapped out well, you can sometimes find yourself just a little dislocated for a little while.
Now, this is a family-friendly event.
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
there any age restrictions?
Well, 12 and under requires an adult to accompany.
Oh,
So
smart.
13 and over. Yes, and we're a lot of our hikes, they really do vary from the ages. We have little kids whose parents are bringing them up to appreciate the outdoors.
Yeah.
And so they'll take them, and some of them are in the little papooses and
Right.
little backpacks. And then we have older kids who come with their parents, and they're already developing that love of outdoors.
Yeah.
And then we have parents, middle-aged, and quite a few senior adults often who enjoy getting out and just experiencing what the outdoors has to offer. And sometimes they find comfort in just having someone, someone who knows where they're going, has the trail already marked out. Some people are a little hesitant sometimes because if they've never been to the location we're going, they will they worry about maybe getting lost or just not exactly sure where they are. So having a group, people who can lead the way, talk about where it is, what to look for, maybe some different places to enjoy a picnic or sit down and enjoy some water, and just really experience the trail. Sometimes that gives them a little more comfort, a little more security. So when they do go out later, they can go by themselves or with a group of friends, and they're like, oh yes, I remember this place, or this is what they were telling us about. And I think it encourages them to get out to the different locations.
Isn't it interesting too, when you have a wonderful park like this or a forest, all these acres of undeveloped land, you always are going to have people who are like, I had no idea this was right here.
It's very interesting. Hitchcock Woods is it's one of my favorite places to hike. I was talking with someone the other day, and we were trying to figure out how many times we had been into Hitchcock Woods. And for me, it's, I don't know, somewhere in that 300 to 400 time range. But every time I go to Hitchcock Woods, there's something different. And a lot of people do not know about Hitchcock Woods. We take at least 2 there a year, and we're doing 2 again this year. And when you go in there, and you can go in Hitchcock Woods, you can go from a place that feels very swampy to crossing a creek to what's called the chalk cliffs to places where
Yeah.
people do a lot of horse riding, where there's flat and pasture lands. You go hills, valleys. There's a lot of beautiful places in Hitchcock Woods.
So you're
And
seeing a lot of different terrain.
a lot of different
yeah.
terrain. There's a little bit of a challenge if you want it.
Yeah.
But there's also, if you go out there on a Sunday afternoon, there are plenty of people who either come after church or enjoying an afternoon walk, and they're not going to work up a sweat.
I think it sounds absolutely wonderful. And again, it is Saturday, February the 7th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Hitchcock Woods. Brian, it's so great to have you here. I want you to come back and tell me more about what the City of Aiken is doing in your outdoor events.
Well, I would enjoy it. I love outdoor recreation, and
Terrific.
I think it's a thing that most people, once they get the experience of it, we hope it will continue to build and put a real hunger there for them.
I love that. The Take a Hike event is coming up Saturday, February 7th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Hitchcock Woods. You must register in advance. You can do that online at coa.page/PFAA or in person at one of the city's recreation centers.